No community can exist in isolation. Peace cannot be achieved in a vacuum. It requires collective action, cooperation, and commitment to shared values. That's why Mother Teresa had mentioned that if we have no peace, it is because we have forgotten that we belong to each other. The day we feel that we belong to each other, there will be no conflict, peace will prevail. In our interconnected world, the old paradigm of power and divisions are becoming less relevant. Instead, we must foster multilateralism, work within international framework, and ensure that the voice of all nations, especially those who are marginalized, are heard. We are here today because we believe in the power of diplomacy, in the strength of cooperation, and in deep, abiding belief that a peaceful world is possible. What is our role? What India can do? Know that everybody, every whole world is looking towards India. And then it comes on us. India, we are the India. We are India. India, as the host of this Congress, play a unique and significant role in promoting peace in this global stage as a nation that has long championed non-violent and peaceful coexistence. India's rich history of peace building from the leadership of Mahatma Gandhi to its role in the United Nations continues to inspire the world. And you will be happy to hear that India is elected again, re-elected to UN Peace Building Commission, which was just a few days before it had been India had been elected for the session 2025 to 2026 term for an active role in global peace efforts. India is founder member and major contributor to UN peacekeeping for global peace and stability. So that is the role India has played, and now again it shows the importance of India that just recently the General Assembly has elected India as the member of the Commission. India's commitment to democracy, diversity and dialogue serve as an important model for other nations, showing that even in the face of diversity and differences, it is possible to build societies that thrive on inclusivity, justice and mutual respect. The spirit of peace that runs through India's history is what we seek to amplify here today. The role of each of one of us is like this. As we together in this Congress, we must remember that peace is not solely the responsibility of the government and diplomats. It is the responsibility of each and every one of us, whether through small act of kindness in our community or by supporting policies and promote justice and equality, each of us has a role to play. Building bridges start with each individual, committing to fostering understanding, rejecting hatred, and to seeking common ground. The way we said, love for all, hate for none. Love for all, hate for none. I encourage each of you to engage fully in the discussion and session over the coming days. Let us share our ideas, challenges, our assumptions, and commit ourselves to actionable solutions. The Congress offers a platform for collaboration, but in only through collective effort that we can turn this vision to peace and reality. Because when I got the Peace Award last year in Manila, I had said three lines. Vision without action is just a dream. Action without vision is wasting of time. But vision with action will transform the whole world. So here this Congress is just to discuss the vision and then action. How vision and action together, confluence of these two will transform the whole world. In closing, I would like to reaffirm the collective commitment we are making here today as we embark on the Congress. Let us do so with a renewed sense of purpose and determination. Let us be guided by the belief that together we can overcome the barriers and that divides us. Together we can create a world where peace is not just a dream, but a lived reality, and together we can build bridges that will connect generations to come. Let us see the dream together. because it is said by Changiz Khan that if one person see a dream, it is a dream, but many start seeing the same dream, it comes to the reality. So we have to make this dream into reality. I would like to thank each of you for being here for your dedication to the cause of peace. Your presence today is testament of power of unity and collective strength of humanity. May this Congress inspire new ideas, new alliances, and new path towards lasting peace. Let us walk this path together. Let us build the bridges for the future of humanity, and the world depends on it. May peace prevail in the world. May peace prevail on the earth. Thank you, Jai Hind. And to conclude, the way do the peace prayers. In our peace prayer, we never say who. We say everybody, every creature even. That's why I say that if earth is peaceful, if the sea is peaceful, if the plants are peaceful, if the animals are peaceful, then only peace will prevail in this universe and this earth. So we have to say that Sarve Bhavantu Sukhina, Sarve Santu Niramya, Sarve Bhadrani Pashyantu, Ma Kaschid Durbhag Bhave. That is the peace prayer we have to do, that when everything is peaceful, then peace will prevail. Thank you very much. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti.
Thank you very much, Honorable Dr. Chancellor, for your wonderful welcome address. Friends, we have with us Honorable Srimati Meenakshi Lekhi, former Union Minister of State for External Affairs as well as Ministry of Culture. She is very busy today. She has given just about 15 minutes time, so the program will start now. The first item on the agenda is the lighting of the traditional Indian wild lamp. About lighting of lamp, we say when one lamp lights another, nor grows less, nobleness and kindleth nobleness. डीप से डीप चले. अब मैं मैडम लेखी को मोहम्मद
केंद्रीय मंत्री नहीं रही। केंद्रीय मंत्री पिछली वाली सरकार में थी। वही तब से मैं सोच रहा हूँ क्या थी ये क्या थी।
Friends, now the time for the formal welcome and felicitation of Honorable Madam Lakshi Lekhi. May I also ask Ms. Ananya to read out her brief profile, although all of us are aware she is one of the most dynamic and efficient BJP leaders of India who stays in Delhi. So, please.
It's my honor to be standing in front of all of you and introducing the Honorable Madam Minister, Mrs. Meenakshi Lekhi. Mrs. Meenakshi Lekhi is a distinguished Indian politician, award-winning parliamentarian, senior leader of the Bharatiya Janata Party, and an eminent lawyer. Known for her intellectual depth and articulate advocacy, she has made substantial contributions to India's legal and political landscape. Mrs. Lekhi served as India's Union Minister of State for External Affairs and Culture under Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi, where she played a pivotal role in strengthening India's global relations and promoting India's cultural worldwide. Since 2014, Mrs. Lekhi has represented New Delhi, the capital of India, as a member of Parliament. Her tenure has been marked by her commitment to critical issues such as women's rights, social justice, and national security, earning her numerous awards and recognition as a parliamentarian. In addition to her ministerial duties, she served as the chairperson of the historic Joint Parliamentary Committee on the Personal Data Protection Bill, where she led discussions on India's data protection framework, reflecting her influence on issues at the intersection of technology, privacy, and governance. Mrs. Lekhi has also served as the national spokesperson for BJP, using her legal expertise and communication skills to represent the party's vision in public debates and media. Her legal acumen and dedication to public service have made her a highly respected figure in India's governance. Her personal life is steeped in a legacy of legal excellence. She is married to Mr. Aman Lekhi, India's additional Solicitor General, and is the daughter-in-law of Mr. P.N. Lekhi, a doyen of the Indian legal system. This heritage has profoundly influenced her commitment to justice and public service, making her an inspiring leader and an advocate for India's future. Can you please have a huge round of applause for that?
May I be permitted by all of you to felicitate Madam Meenakshi Lekhi, first with the flowers. Next item is the release of the main publication with the theme United for Peace. All of us are aware this is the 20th World Congress organized by the UN-affiliated International Association of Educators for World Peace, which has branches all over the world, and I have been elected as the president for coming 5 years. So, the duty to host the 20th Congress here. So next time, my term will go for every 5 years we meet. It is a 55-year-old body. The book is United for Peace, and the main thing is building bridges, global companion for peace and humanity. So I would like to request the two conveners, Dr. Abhilash Chiranjeev and Ms. Neelam Joshi, to come this side and present this book to Madam with a request to kindly release the book and dedicate to the World District United. First copy, and this is for Madam Akshile. She will read because she is a voracious reader. She will give her expert comments. Now is the time for inviting her, as she is busy, to deliver the inaugural letters.
Honorable Dr. P.R. Trivedi ji, Markande ji, Sant Shri Lukesh Muni ji, B.K. Bini Sarin ji, Amrendra Kathwa ji, Chetan Shukla ji, Anita Shukla ji, Mr. Kulandi Velu ji, Professor P.B. Sharma ji, Professor S.N. Pandey ji, Mr. Kumara Mishra ji, Markande Rai ji, उपस्थित मेरे सभी भाई बहन और मित्र, आप सबको प्रणाम, नमस्ते। और नववर्ष में थोड़ा ही समय रह गया है और जब पिछला साल देखते हैं सन 2024 2024, तो बहुत सारी ऐसी चीज़ें हुई जिसने दुनिया को उथल पुथल कर दिया। और जो आज हम बात कर रहे हैं वो 2024 वर्ल्ड पीस कांग्रेस की कर रहे हैं। वर्ल्ड पीस कांग्रेस जो कि तकरीबन आखिरी दिन, आखिरी मौका की शांति को मौका देना चाहिए, और वो शांति को मौका देने की शुरुआत कहीं और नहीं बल्कि नई दिल्ली से और भारत की पुण्य भूमि से हो रही है। और मुझे लगता है कि जब भी शांति की बात हो या सिविलाइजेशनल वैल्यूज, इफ वन हैज टू टॉक अबाउट, नो बेटर प्लेस देन इंडिया, बिकॉज इंडिया हैज लिव्ड इट। And India has lived it not because people were kind to us, not because civilizations were nice to us, not because we were given our due, but in spite of none of these things accruing to us, we still remain peaceful. That is credit to our civilization, our values and our ethos. Time that we start talking about it, time that we tell people who we are, because no matter how good you are, the suppression of the civilization is something which is continuously happening. And that suppression itself will be responsible for breaking the peace. We are seeing it all around. We have become an island of peace, and Markande ji was speaking before me. And he says our prayers are prayers for all. Unlike anybody, any other part of the world, where prayers are very individualistic, that I want this from God, God give me this, give me that. But here we talk about give us this, give us peace. Let peace be bestowed on plants, let peace be bestowed on space, let peace be bestowed on animals, let peace be bestowed on families, let peace be bestowed everywhere. So things we see, things we don't see, we want all that to be peaceful because we know all human beings are interconnected. So it's not as if something is going on in some part of the world and India will not be impacted. It cannot be like that. India will be impacted with any unkind conduct within our country. You can see I'm dressed very differently today because I have to be somewhere because there is a program run by Manipuri women. And we know the peaceful Vaishnavite community, how the civilizational ethos have been harmed, how people are trying to change them, how things are going on, not from now, if you delve deep into the history. So this women's struggle has been on right from 18th century, 14th century, 16th century. Throughout, they have been going through a lot of pain, and more so in the 20th century, 1904 and 1939 are two time frames where these ladies, because there were no men around, carried on the format of resilience and resistance. And this particular battle which they have been fighting the then imperialist power, the remnants of that is what we see today. And today they carry on another battle, and the battle is the battle of keeping the children away from drugs. And you can imagine, a lot of us are women. We know how drugs can impact our society, how drugs can impact our children, how drugs and violence are interconnected. And once you become dependent on one, you become dependent on the other, and that destroys families. Once families are destroyed, nobody, I would say, will be as pained as a mother in the house. So most painful stories are the stories of the mothers who go through that pain. And thus women taking up the cudgels with the authorities who be it to keep peace. And thus when we discuss peace today, especially Professor Trivedi, as Professor Trivedi started this institute for bringing peace, because somewhere there was an understanding that peace can be reached through education, which means through training. And as our culture determines that we always talk about sanskar. Now what is sanskar? कि रोज उठ के बड़े बुजुर्ग के पैर छूना है. People will say it's so damn ritualistic. What is the big deal? But what people don't understand is that this sanskar is part of training, and training to be humble and be that feeling that elders need to be respected and that humility should become part of your character. That's what humbleness and humility gets inculcated into the character of that person, even when that person himself or herself becomes old. So that becomes part of sanskar. That I was just thinking yesterday, there were all kinds of articles about Dr. Manmohan Singh. Now, I would be very honest in saying that I've not been a great fan of Congress and definitely Dr. Manmohan Singh. But whatever be the politics, if a person is not there and if a person is deceased, the culture of India, I will say I'm no exception. I think most of us are like that. You don't talk bad. You just don't talk badly about someone who's not there, or who's just gone. You may discuss politics, policies later, but you don't talk nonsense about the person who has just deceased. Any of those kinds, you say, rest his soul in peace. And that is the culture of India, because you want things to be peaceful. Somebody's gone, whatever may have happened, transactions, policy, money, corruption, you say, let everything lie low, he's gone, may God bless his soul, may peace be on him and his family. That's a normal Bharatiya character. I won't even say it's me doing it, I'm just part of the system, that every one of us is part of that system. Suddenly, I came across a video clip by another journalist who's no more, and I had known him when he was alive. And he used to work for Maya. And this was his video clip when he was speaking about Atal Bihari Vajpayee ji, who had just been deceased at that time. And he said, "अरे मर गए तो महान थोड़ा ही हो जाते हैं, सबकी क्या तरीके technical about how good, how bad the person was, and you just can't." So I said, man, this is a culture shock. Because none of us would be taught to speak badly or misbehave when somebody is deceased. Even if you don't like the person, even if you have hesitation, talk bad things when person is deceased. And I feel this is the culture which India has given all of us. And this culture is a culture of peace. Because sometimes burying the hatchet is a way forward. Sometimes understanding both sides is a way forward. Sometimes for peace, both sides could be right in their respective field. And I normally say, life is like a class, 6th or 7th maths class, where you are taught sets. And those sets you are taught A is independent of B, but A and B could be intersecting with each other at some place. And that intersectionality, that commonality is what you need to work on in life, in negotiating peace, in working around peace. And I'm grateful to Professor Trivedi that his institute has decided to bring people from different religions, different sects, different communities, that peace is something which we all need to work at constantly in terms of the sanskar, which nobody in the world can say what India can. And we can claim, and I normally quote Quran when I speak on peace. And I say, in Quran there is an ayat which says, Ummah, you my children will realize that Jews of the world will get divided into 67 subsects. And the Christians of the world will get divided into 69 subsects. And sometimes some books say 70, depending on which version you're reading. And you, my followers of Islam, will get divided into 72 subsects. I believe there are still more subsects now, more than 72, but that's how it was professed. And I just stop here and I say, okay, tell me which country in the world accepted, now 67 subsects of Jews has gone down because many Jews have been eliminated, so few sects don't exist. But which country in the world accepted the Jews, all the sects? They were persecuted through the centuries. India was the only country where persecuted Jews started to come right from 1st century BC and later. Which country in the world, most of the Western world is a Christian society, let's be clear on that. But that Christian society, which Christian country possesses all 69 or 70 subsects of Christianity? And which Islamic country in the world accepts all the 72 subsects of Islam? Not one. Some may not like Ahmadiyas, others may not like Shias, somebody may not like Barelvi, somebody may not like Wahhabi, so on and so forth. Fatimis, one will not get along with the other, okay? India is the only country which is so-called majoritarian Hindu country, where all these subsects exist, both of Christianity and Islam. If that is not a credit to my country, my civilization, and my society, who else is going to take that credit? And thus, I give credit to the majority community of this country for allowing peace to prosper, for accepting differences, for letting people work on the common agenda of general well-being, welfare, goodness, kindness, empathy, compassion, irrespective of whatever religion you may follow, irrespective of, so you follow what you have to within the confines, but the way world has moved only showcases that this country is the right place to discuss peace, because we have lived with the differences, and these differences is what we recognize and we live with. I'm very grateful to Professor Trivedi for giving me the opportunity to speak my two bits, and I must take your leave. There is a lot one can speak on this subject, but let's not forget the message of compassion, kindness and peace which India has to offer to the world, and tell the world what is the way forward. And it is in this context all our policies are made: welfare of all, discrimination for none, all violence of all forms need to be taken away, and everybody is equal before law, everybody is equal before the welfare schemes, everybody gets it. And there is nobody who has the special status or enjoys anything special, because the more special status we start giving, more victimhood politics we play, and more appeasement politics is what politicians end up playing. End of all that, we are all equal, we are all Indians, we are all Bharatiyas, and we all stand for diversity in this country. Thank you very much. Jai Hind, Jai Bharat. भारत माता की अरे आवाज जोर से निकालो ना यार, भारत तो हम सबकी माता है। हाँ जोर से हाथ ऊपर करके, भारत माता की जय। Hey, the girls at the back, please. Don't be shy. भारत माता की जय, भारत माता की जय, जय हिंद, जय भारत।
Friends, now is the time for the felicitation of the selected Vice Chancellors who have been selected out of the existing inventory of 1400 universities. So I request all the learned Vice Chancellors who are the awardees to kindly come on the dais. We have great pleasure in inviting Dr. Bapak Kant Upadhyay to come on the dais. Dr. Upadhyay. Give me one. मैं आमंत्रित कर रहा हूँ डॉक्टर रंगनाथ मिश्रा जी को, जो मेजर SD सिंह यूनिवर्सिटी फरुखाबाद में है और आयुर्वेद इंचार्ज हैं। He is receiving इंडिजिनस नॉलेज एंड पीस एजुकेशन अवार्ड। invite the 13th Vice Chancellor of Tumkur University.
Sit down, please.
We wish to also felicitate Dr. Vijaykant Upadhyay, Jhopadi Upadhyay, Chairman of the India Central Foundation. अब हम लोग निरंतर करेंगे हमारे महान संत आचार्य मुकेश मुनि साहब गाड़ियों से बधाई दें। आचार्य मुकेश मुनि साहब जन समाज के सबसे महत्वपूर्ण संत है। आइए we now wish to invite Brahma Kumari Dr. Vinni Sarin. Please come. Join with us. Dr. Vinni Sarin. For Pilatus Club, Brahma Kumari Swarya Vidyalaya. We are pleased to confer upon Ambassador Amrinder Khatwa, the former Secretary Minister of External Affairs, the World Eco-Diplomacy for Peace Award. Please. We wish to invite Ambassador Dr. Ketan Shukla and also his better half, Anita Shukla, kindly come to time to felicitate. Please see the camera. We are pleased to invite a very important awardee who is known as Mahatma Gandhi. He has acted in more than 100 films and acted for Mahatma Gandhi many times. Honorable Kashyap N.K. Chan, veteran actor and Gandhi.
गांधी जी का रोल किया है ना। हाँ फिल्म में
गांधी में काम किया है। कैसा साहब?
लगते भी हैं।
लॉयर गांधी।
We wish to invite Anandi Anand, a bright young boy who is the person for providing training to young boys and girls in the area of diplomacy as well as international relations. We are pleased to felicitate Honorable Sri Kumari Chandra Mishra, IAS retired, who has been the UN Secretary General, the Habitat Field. May I invite Santosh Kumar Yadav, who has been responsible for establishing many universities in India, who is also associated with Delhi University now. We invite for Dr. Randhir Verma, who is not here, so he will get later on. अब मैं बुलाता हूँ डॉक्टर विपिन कुमार जी को, हिंदी के प्रकांड विद्वान हैं और विश्व हिंदी परिषद के महासचिव हैं। इन्होंने 50 देशों में भी हिंदी के प्रचार के लिए काम किया। उन्हें आर्ट्स एडवोकेसी अवार्ड फॉर प्रमोटिंग हिंदी फॉर वर्ल्ड पीस से नवाजा जा रहा है। We invite the Vice Chancellor Dr. Pune from Haveri University, Karnataka. Please give a big hand. We invite Dr. Hariram Prasad Yadav, who is an environmental engineer associated with Gurugram-based Amity University. He received the Global Green Technology for Peace Award. Last award. Dr. Prabhat Chandra Sinha, the director at BJP of India, who has spent more than 40 years in the peace and peace and the Mahat movement, and he has taught in India and abroad on peace studies. Who is our India? हमारे देश के विदेश और सांस्कृतिक मंत्री के रूप में ऐतिहासिक दायित्व निभाने के बाद आज भी संसद में जिस आवाज को सुनने के लिए लोग लालायित रहते हैं, ऐसी हमारी बहन मीनाक्षी लेखी के हाथों से जब वर्ल्ड पीस डिप्लोमेसी एंड ब्रदरहुड ऑनर अवार्ड से सम्मानित किया जाता है, हालांकि एक संत सम्मान और तिरस्कार से परे होता है, पर फिर भी मैं ये कहना चाहूंगा कि ये सम्मान मेरा नहीं, ये सम्मान महान भारतीय संस्कृति की आध्यात्मिक धरोहर का सम्मान है, ये हमारी त्यागमयी संस्कृति का सम्मान है, ये भगवान महावीर के अहिंसा दर्शन का सम्मान है, ये जैन सिद्धांतों का सम्मान है। और मैं बहन मीनाक्षी लेखी जी को और हमारे आदरणीय भाई जिन्होंने इस विश्व कांग्रेस का आयोजन किया है और जिस समय पूरे विश्व को शांति और सद्भावना के संदेश की जरूरत है, मैं उन्हें विश्वास दिलाता हूं कि आपने जो अवार्ड से सम्मानित करके मेरे कंधों पर और दायित्व डाला है, निश्चित रूप से मैं आपकी अपेक्षा और आकांक्षाओं पे खरा उतरूंगा। मैं बहन मीनाक्षी लेखी जी को बहुत बहुत आभार व्यक्त करता हूं और बहुत बहुत साधुवाद आपके लिए प्रदान करता हूं। Thank you very much, Madam Meenakshi Lekhi, Madam. You have been a great source of inspiration for all of us, and your presence has given us moral courage to further keep on working on a marathon sitting for tomorrow and day after, and then we will come out with the New Delhi declaration and will come and present to you at your residence so that you can also help us in getting everything implemented through Government of India. Thank you very much. She has to go now because very busy person. Our program will continue. Thank you. Namaskar.